When your problems are things like I can't show up consistently or I compared myself so I didn't sell today, girl, I can fucking tell you why you're not making the money you want to make, respectfully. You're listening to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. I'm your host, Jill Perrick, a business and mindset coach who specializes in imposter syndrome. If you feel like you're not as smart, capable, or worthy as you actually are, and that someone is going to find you out, then you've come to the right place. I went from being a struggling government worker, working my coaching business on the side, but feeling unworthy and burnt out, to making multiple six figures helping women overcome imposter syndrome so they too can sign clients, make bank, and have the business or career of their dreams. I am nothing special. I have a stuttering disability, ADHD, and I struggle with anxiety and depression. So if I can learn how to feel good enough and overcome my inner imposter, then so can you. Let's dig in. Hello, my loves. Okay, so real freaking talk, you guys. Actually, I have my coffee here. I just made it. I just got a delivery from Nespresso. Oh, yeah. This one is the Dulce. Am I saying that right? It is the Dulce, and it is fucking delicious. If you are a Nespresso freak like I am, you're gonna want to try the Dulce. It's in this like caramel-y kind of color of a pod, but it is so fucking delicious. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm recording today, and real freaking talk, I wrote half of the scripts for January and recorded those episodes before my vacation with my family in December. And then I came home and I wrote these following episodes because efficiency, getting shit done, organized. I'm an organized bitch. But listen, when your girl goes on vacation, her brain goes a million miles a minute. And I had so many ideas and things that I wanted to shift and change, and I ended up having to re-record everything. But alas, we fucking rolled with it because as a CEO, you need to know how to get behind your decisions and how to make them quickly. And one of those changes was the name of my mini sales course, which you'll never know what it was originally called, but it's now called Six Figure Stories, and it drops tomorrow. It drops tomorrow, you guys. This is a mini sales course with your step-by-step guide on how to sell like a boss on your stories and in your posts, what to say, how to say it, and getting your audience to buy. Sell your high-ticket offers with confidence and ease, and do it for just $4.99. And there's a payment plan available, of course. I can't wait for you to get your hands on this mini sales course that drops tomorrow. Six Figure Stories. You guys are gonna fucking love it. And if you didn't freaking know, which I don't think that I have like pretty much like announced this on the podcast, but the Fraud Squad is my mastermind, and it is now rolling. So before it was a 12-week mastermind, and then it was a 16-week mastermind, but now it is rolling. So it is open for enrollment at all times. You can join anytime on a 4 or an 8-month contract, and you actually save $1,000 if you join for 8 months. And this is the only close proximity way to work with me, except for private coaching, which, you know, is all my love, attention, devotion to you and your business, revamping your content, making it drool worthy and unfiltered as fuck, becoming the bitch that everyone wants to pay, building a business that lets you live your freaking life. So those links for both the mastermind and for one-to-one coaching, they, as always, are at the link in my show notes. And you can actually just use the one application to apply to either one-to-one or the Fraud Squad, or just skip the whole kit and caboodle and send me a DM. I don't bite, only Dustin. Just kidding. Okay. Let me get my shit together now. So on the day of writing this, guys, I was feeling frisky, aka I was feeling like a bitch. Let's be real. And it was because I have been passively consuming some content over the past couple of weeks and realizing how much more I am leaning into the fact that not everyone is a good fit for me or a good fit for my coaching. Oh, that coffee's so good. Because I don't fuck around. I am relentless. I work so fucking hard, but I also rest hard. Like, let's be real. I purchased a sauna suit and I'm obsessed with it. And I have a red light mask, and I literally look like Jennifer Coolidge in a Cinderella story when I'm using them at the same time. All in the name of skincare and wellness. So I rest hard. I like my spa days and my massages. I always have. But I also work really fucking hard. And I was thinking about what it takes to run an online business and how so many people have dropped off over the years. And I think that people attribute that to, oh my God, it's the industry, it's coaching, it's this. Actually, it's because it's fucking hard. It's because it's not easy. And I want to acknowledge that right now. Not everybody can do this. And we all have our different flavors of what hard means, right? Like when you run a business. Some of you have children, and making time for yourself and your business is like a constant battle. Or if you were like me, you were grinding and working full time and then devoting any spare time that you had to your business. And here's the thing, what made it easier for me was at the time, we weren't inundated with this messaging that hustling was bad. It really took a turn after the pandemic where a lot of burnout was happening. And people were like, oh my God, if you spend too much time on your business, you're a fucking loser and your life is empty except for your business and blah, 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 blah. And like most things do when it comes to the internet, it was a very black or white situation. You are either slow living yourself to death or you're a hustling marketing bro. But either way, you're shaming yourself. Either way, you are making yourself feel bad for how you operate. And it just needs to fucking stop. It's okay to be in a season where you're working hard. If you're in the first couple years of your business, it's required that you're working a bit harder and figuring out your groove. Hey guys, I hope you're loving today's episode. I am just taking a brief pause in today's episode to share with you a client testimonial. These testimonials are either from group coaching clients or clients who are in my one-to-one coaching program. And I can't wait for you to hear how I have changed their lives and their businesses for the better.
Holy shit. I mean, the transformation, the support, like the piece that I want to drill in is like the support. I was in the middle of moving from my hometown to Boston, uprooting, up-leveling massively, and with all the up levels comes all the bullshit of the mind and feeling like I'm not good enough, I can't do this, like wanting to give up. Not to mention within a month I launched, which was my first launch in almost half a year. Wanted to give up a million times. Jill was there with me through it. All of her mindset products inside of the suite and on the calls and the girls being there to back me up, and like just the transformation is incredible. Not to mention the daily fucking program that I have now for myself.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Now let's get back to the episode. It's okay that things don't feel easy or like you're stumbling from step to step. That is how you find your footing, right? Like when kids learn to walk, they don't take a step and stumble and then be like, well, guess I can't walk. Guess it's not meant for me. Like not at all. They keep going, they keep moving, they find their footing until they figure it out. So fuck the messaging online that you're not where you should be or that you should be making a certain amount by now. You should be relaxing every weekend, all weekend. Can I be honest? I work a lot of weekends because during the day I like to sleep in. I like to get my workout in. I like to show up on stories more. And there are some times where like I have to write episodes for a podcast and that takes time, or I have to write content, and sometimes I just have a lot of free time on the weekend, so I'll do it on the weekends, you know. And for so long I was so afraid to talk about that because I was like, people are gonna think that I'm overworking or that like I must not be as successful as I am because I still have to work on weekends. And that's just not the case at all. It's fucking hard to keep up a business, you know. And yeah, it's just like, fuck this messaging that like you should be doing things in a certain way, you know, or you should be doing this, you should be doing that. tap into your desires. And this is something that I really realized over the past year. Is like, I have just been, my entire career, I have just been listening to other people tell me what I should want. And that's so easy to do in the online space because there's a lot of opinions. You know, I am contributing to that discussion, but this is why you need that autonomy. This is why you need to step into your own power, because you need to tap into your desires. What do you want out of your life? And what kind of business do you actually want to run? I work hard so I can rest hard. I like working on weekends sometimes, and that's just how it is in this season, you know? And this is where I was starting to feel like, oh, my content is taking this direction. You know when you can literally feel your content start to shift and it's more aligned with your authentic voice and it just feels so fucking good? That's how I feel about this. That knowing my ideal client is a bitch that wants it just as bad as I do. Who wants to make fuck tons of money and is willing to do what it takes. Who doesn't need reminding to show up. Oh my God. I made a post a while ago that was something to the effect of the size of your problems in business are directly related to the size of your income. Something like that. Because when your problems are things like I can't show up consistently or I compared myself so I didn't sell today, girl, I can fucking tell you why you're not making the money you want to make, respectfully. The money you want to make, that 5 figures a month, is on the other side of the problems you will have when you have that income. And when you have that income, your problems are not going to be even close to I can't show up consistently. Right? Listen, I love you. I really, truly do. But your breakthrough is completely on the other side of what you are avoiding. For freaking real. And that might be putting things in place so you can be consistent. It might be getting coached through a belief that you're trying to ignore and hope it just goes away. It could be hiring the virtual assistant for $30 an hour to edit your podcast because you just can't get it done, but you told yourself you would start the podcast this year. Seriously, you are a motherfucking CEO, and a CEO doesn't fuck with excuses or lets herself sabotage for longer than a couple of minutes before she snaps back into her highest self. This business, your offers, your desire to work with clients, the money you want to make, and the life you want to live, it wouldn't be on your heart if you weren't fucking meant for it. And what if you looked at it that way? That you are being guided every step of the way on the path that's already yours, but you have to do your part. You have to put the work in and do your part, and the universe will fucking meet you halfway. That's completely how I see it. That the universe is meeting me halfway, and I'm fucking vibing, doing my part, working with clients, showing up and selling, doing my work, and the universe is meeting me halfway. It's my birthright to receive. It's my birthright to be on this path, and it's fucking yours too, bitch. It's yours. So go after it like it's yours. Step into who you're meant to be. You are not some mediocre bitch. You are a CEO. And yes, it's going to be harder than most people's lives, and that's because you're not creating a life like most people. You are not most people. I have to remember that when I'm like, why don't I just work my silly little corporate job and just clock in at 8 a.m. and clock out at 4 p.m. and then do what? Because I didn't want that. I wanted to start a business. I wanted to be in control of my income. I wanted this life. You are not most people, and that is a gift. So let's friggin' get it. Okay? Okay. This was me just screaming at you for 13 minutes. Okay, so I love you so much. You know where to apply to work with me, and Six Figure Stories goes on sale tomorrow, which will help you sell your high ticket offers with confidence and ease. I can't wait for you guys to get your hands on it. Bye bye. I love you. I'll see you next week. Thanks so much for listening to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. Head to the show notes to learn how you can work with me, where you can buy my best-selling book, You're Not Special, and how to get on my email list for free. Screenshot this episode and add it to your Instagram stories, tagging me at YourCoachJill. See you next time.